Good morning, guys. How are you? Happy Saturday again. Oh my gosh, it's a little bit later in the morning than I normally come out here to do our live videos. But if you guys saw my post just now, you were seeing that I was trying to do some things around my house, and I ran out to the grocery store to get some eggs and bacon to fix my son a little more in depth. Good morning, Delicia. How are you? Nice to see you. I was just saying it's a little bit later on in the morning than I would normally do the live, but and my son hasn't gotten up yet, so really and truly it's all about family first for me, guys. And I really, you know, I'm really kind of unapologetic about that. That is one thing about me. My family is everything. So my work, hey sweetie, me and my toothpicks. Okay, whatever. The tomboy in me. Okay, there's so much about me that I'm excited to share with you guys at this stage. As I said, um, because of the priorities in my life, that's why I'm not consistent with my social media. Um, Particularly the lives, and the lives are something I love doing. I'm really good at speaking and expressing myself and sharing ideas and things that I'm passionate about. So um, I really hate that I don't get on here more regularly, but hello, I don't know what's up with the flies. I brought my coffee out here. That's the only thing they could be flying around about right now. But anyway, I've been wanting to share a really powerful story the last few days. Good morning. Who's that? Shalos. Shalo Shaz, is that it? Is that how I say that? I don't know if I said it right, but thank you for sharing. Coming on, sharing. I want to share a very powerful story with you guys. Okay, when I first started realizing this was a story that I really wanted to share, I was like, this is how girl world is. But it's actually not just limited to girl world. Good morning. Oh my God, the flies. Hello. I don't understand. Um, Jamarling. Okay, so anyway, all right. So this is the story I wanted to share. I love animals. I have inside pets, and then I have stray animals outside that I feed, right? And the stray animals are cats. I'm a cat lover. I'm definitely a cat person. Everybody around here's usually I'm out here by myself, but everybody's it's late. That's why I purposely like to do my lives earlier, because obviously I live in a condominium complex, so there's quite a few people around. But anyway, let me see if I can continue here. um, I wanted to share a story about the stray cats in my that I feed a bunch of stray cats outside my door every single morning. They're waiting for me, these gorgeous cats. And I just love animals, and so they come up to me every morning, and some of them will let me pet them and some of them won't. And we also have free roaming chickens around here in the Cayman Islands, roosters. This is probably the one that thinks I'm feeding him. And every morning when I lay down the food, which is really strange, but the cats in the Cayman Islands are basically scared of the chickens. I know it's supposed to be the other way around, and they chase the chickens, they kill the chickens, or whatever. It doesn't happen in the Cayman Islands, okay? For the most part, from what I've seen. Definitely not with my stray cats. So every morning I go out there and I feed my stray cats. And when I look around, they have allowed the chickens, the roosters, okay, I'm getting notifications. They have allowed the roosters to run them off, and now the chickens have eaten all the cat food from them. And what do my stray cats do? They come back 5 minutes later screaming at me, crying for more food. Now, the lesson in the story in this is they're scared, right? So they're scared of the chickens for whatever reason. Therefore, they remain hungry. And isn't that like so relatable to life? If you're scared to go after anything, whether it's a relationship or a friendship or a job or an opportunity. Good morning, Santia. A bunch of dudes on here today. Anyway, um, okay, so the moral of the story is if you have fear, fear is going to hold you back, and you're going to wind up whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. You're going to wind up hungry. You're going to stay hungry, just like my stray cats, and I'm not going to feed them again because that is so annoying to go out there and know that I laid down so much food for them, and they allowed the chickens to eat, run them off, and eat what their food, right? If you're hungry and someone feeds you, you eat the food. Now, in context, if you're in a relationship, isn't this the same thing? Maybe you're in a relationship and you're really deeply in love with somebody, but you're scared. You're scared to go in, right? Yes, right, Delicia. But the story, right? The story is, or the lesson to be learned is the way the cats have to come back to me 5 minutes later for more food because they're afraid, because they won't stand up for themselves and say, you know what, this nice lady put this food down for me, and I'm going to eat this food so I'm not hungry. But instead, they let whatever fear take over them, and they remained hungry. Does that make sense? I would love a comment to hear if that makes sense to you guys. I'm a very deep person, so I honestly find meaning in some amazing ways, and that really spoke to me. I think for you to really connect with something like that, you really have to know yourself. There has to be a lot of self-awareness. Okay, there's a young boy out here about to jump in the pool. I'm right by the pool. And you have to have a lot of self-awareness these days. If you're running around and you don't know who you are, you've got to sit down with yourself and take responsibility for the things that happen in your life. Because at the end of the day, everything that you're experiencing is a consequence of a choice that you've made in some way. I'm not talking about if you were born in Ethiopia and you woke up to a famine today. I'm not talking about things like that. Obviously, that is not within your control if you were born in an environment like that, things like that. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just talking about people that do have choices and options, and we look at life so negatively in general, right? People look at life so negatively. But everything that you're basically experiencing is a result of your choices. Just like my stray cats. They're sitting outside the front door asking me for more food. And I think people need to help themselves. And it starts with self-awareness. The only people on social media I really hear talking about this mostly is men. Men have a very larger opportunity for self-awareness just because of the way they think, analytical, and the logical brain that things like that. As ladies, we don't necessarily think that way. But it's not that it's impossible for you to achieve self-awareness as a woman, because that's definitely what I did about 12 years ago on my journey of self-discovery. You have to take responsibility for yourself. That's where it starts. And then, as I said, if you're hungry, find a way to again, learn from this experience that I was sharing, where my cats are out there and they're out there and they're hungry, and I fed them. I gave them food. And maybe someone's giving you an opportunity today. Maybe someone's giving you the love that you always wanted, but you're keeping yourself away because you're scared. This is real life stuff. This happens all the time, right? This is very deep, but this is where you need to go. So you find out who the hell you are and what you really want in life. And if you want something, most of the times we're holding ourselves back from it. And fear is a huge part of that. So that was my story. I wanted to, for a few days now, I've been wanting to come on and share. And like I said, I realize it's very deep. And if you don't have a lot of self-awareness, maybe it won't resonate with you. But I'm hoping the way that I described it it will make sense to each and every one of you, and that you got something out of it, okay? These lives are for you to get to know me. That is who I am. I'm a very deep, reflective, self-aware, intelligent, observant woman, and a lot of other things as well. you know, Yes, Soulful Saturday. There. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that, Delicia. Woo! Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna have to keep that one. But I am endeavoring to do these lives. I did one really quick yesterday morning. I literally did not have time. I woke up like it. I had to work both jobs. I do so many different things in a day that they're just, I literally did like at 6 o'clock and it was like 5 minutes. But for the next 30 days, I'm endeavoring to come on and speak and let you guys know who I am, like who this girl is, Gina Williams, Girl Talk Global. The other day I did a live and I was talking about how my company name went from Girl Talk, came in to Girl Talk Global. I had made mention of how in the realm of girl world, we're venturing off a little bit here, but in the realm of girl world, how a gentleman told me once, because I told him, I said, when I meet women, I always give them the benefit of the doubt. They get the best of me, of who I really am, so that we can be friends and I can make those connections. And I had a guy tell me, he said, you're crazy to do that. He said, you're crazy to do that. And it's, men have a certain way that they look at us ladies. And honestly, I cannot believe in 2020, almost 2020, that things still remain so competitive and high schoolish, and the jealousy and the envy and all this foolishness, it still exists to the level it does. You're always going to find a woman at a higher level than you are in some way. Okay, so it's time to just chill. I mean, I get a lot of hate. My circle of actual friends is micro, okay? And so I understand the fear thing. I have definitely put myself out numerous times for girlfriend friendships, and they've blown up in my face. And it's a journey that I'll continue to be on, just because of who I am. On the same realm of the feedback that I get from gentlemen, because I love to ask men questions, like my guy friends, not my husband, because he's just that's a different relationship. So I question my guy friends about stuff about women, so I can learn more. And it is, oh, my hair sticking up. So, but for guys to view us in such a way that I shouldn't put myself all that I am for women to make girlfriend connections out there is scary. It's really scary that we can't be who we are because there's always some underlying fear. And again, going back to my story with my stray cats, isn't that what women empowerment really is lacking? I have yet to speak to a woman that doesn't want other women to generally support them, okay? I have yet to meet one woman, and I have talked to women from all over the world. At this point, I am talking all over the world. And every woman I speak to wants the same thing, for other women to generally support her. But yet, when the situation is presented, when you get into the nitty-gritty, it becomes more difficult. And why is that? That is because of fear and insecurity and comparison and competing, and the list goes on. It's madness, okay? I will always say that. If you're going to work with me, I'm telling you, you're working with a high-level woman from start. You can probably see that. You already know that just from the little bit that you've gotten to know me. I'm a high-level woman who's always striving for the next level. So if we're the intelligent human beings, the more emotionally intelligent human beings on this earth, why can't we work through these things? We can. And it's great that I'm a part of a network that is really what the motto is. But it was my motto when I went in. And that's what I love. And I have found so many women that want the same things. It's just for us to get out of our head, get out of our insecurities, get out of our fear, and get out of the jealousy, because well, the insecurity and fear turns into jealousy, right? That's what happens. And because of how, again, the high level woman I am, I'm an overachiever. I work really hard on everything about me. I work really hard. So like literally like queen, that's me. And I don't mean that in a boastful way, and I shouldn't even have to worry about saying that. If I'm a queen, I'm just a queen, and that's who I am, because I know how damn hard I work on myself. I'm the hardest on my own self. So for me to own my my amazing person that I cultivated, it shouldn't be a problem, but it is, unfortunately, for a lot of women. Not all women, but a lot of women, right? So it all ties into my little story about my stray cats and the fear and being hungry. So there's enough for all of us to win. Yes, there is. Yeah, there is. Absolutely, Jaleesa. I totally believe that. I totally believe that. There's no reason. I mean, most people that you're not allowing yourself to get to know, you're making judgments on, you're assuming, you're missing out on probably the best experiences, especially if there's other people involved. I just hate the whole clique thing with girls. I hate that because it takes one girl in the group to feel insecure, right? To mess it up for everybody. You know, it's so unfortunate, and I hate it to pieces. It's unnecessary. Everybody is who they are. They are made that way differently for a reason. And we all possess our own degree of wonderfulness. And why can't we just learn from each other and support each other and be done with it? It's so simple, and we're making it so difficult as a gender. And everybody wants the same thing. So it makes no sense, right? It's like you're chasing your tail constantly or something. That's basically what it amounts to. So the next time fear gets in your way of you wanting something, fear in any sense, fear of what other people think. Look at me with my face here, no makeup. In Cayman, I usually have my makeup on, running around. And I realize I'm enough just the way I am, whatever. I'm not a 20-something-year-old, okay? That's who I am. I'm not that. But I'm Gina, and I love who she is so much. Like, I used to hate her. I used to hate that girl. I used to hate her. Like, I used to say, I hate you every day in my head. About 15 years ago, I said that to myself. And now, to know that this is who I am, I should be able to be proud about that. I should be able to, get up on a rooftop and scream it. But unfortunately, because we haven't really made the strides in girl world that we need to, you feel limited to do that. And that's just the truth. I'm a person, I speak the truth. I do not cover up things. I do not go around things. I speak the truth. That's just who I am. And it's always served me well. And I'll continue to be that person. But we still have a long way to go. As I said, because nobody's perfect. But, try to realize when you have those tendencies of insecurity and fear that is keeping you from enjoying awesome relationships with other women, awesome relationships, maybe in your own relationship, romantic relationships, definitely with work. You have to invest in yourself a little bit. There are people out there that know more than you, so that's what college is there for. I mean, that's the whole purpose. But yet when we get into the online space, it's like, oh God, no, I can't trust this person. Well, that's what these videos are for, you guys, to get to know me, because I'm a person who loves to help people. I love it so much, okay? It's like a crazy amount of that in me, and it's who I am. And I want to be able to help you with whatever it is in life that you're struggling with, whether it's finding your voice, finding your passion. If you want to start a business, the things you need to do, what you need to be focusing on, how to get there, plans of action. So basically, I am a multifaceted entrepreneur. I do a lot of things. I'm just a super creative person. So between life coaching, business coaching, setting up women empowerment events, got sales, business development, there is so many different skill sets I have. Public speaking, obviously, is not something I've gotten into from a point of view where I've put myself out there to start doing that, because I'm really trying to cultivate my other strengths at the moment. But yeah, we can work together in a lot of different ways. It is still Black Friday weekend, and I am still offering, if you'd like to learn how to set up a women's empowerment event in your country or town or whatever, you can let me know. And Delicia, I should hit you up because I have my anniversary event coming up for Girl Talk Club, and I would love for you to be a part of that. So I'll probably send you a DM. But thank you for joining me. Again, these are lives that the purpose are for me to come on every day and talk a bit more about myself so you guys can get to know me. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you guys got some benefit out of this story today. The cat and the cat food and the chickens. And someone's feeding you. All right? Someone's feeding you. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's so easy to relate. Someone's giving you something. I guess because I'm such a loving person. All right, guys, I get a call coming in. It's my daughter, family first. I've been here a while. My coffee's cold. I love you to pieces. Thank you for joining me, Delicia. I will reach out to you, doll, very soon. Have a wonderful Saturday, guys. Mwah. Bye.